Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're starting off our qualifying session, our first free practice session rather, for Formula 1 with
Welcome
Mercedes.
to Melbourne and the inaugural event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever. Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
Absolutely, Crofty. There's been a number of interesting signings over the last few months. Where would you like to start?
Let's talk about the captain.
Right, well, this is definitely someone to keep an eye on. They'll be familiar to anyone who follows the Formula 2 Championship, where they performed extremely well last year. It's worth noting that their teammate in F2, Lucas Weber, is also making his debut in Formula 1 this weekend. Now, there was an incident where they went against their own team's instructions to let Lucas past. They apologised for it at the time, and it seemed as though there were no hard feelings. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of rivalry might develop now they're no longer constrained by driving for the same team.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, two very promising young British drivers. Plus, we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was a nasty clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I am trying to see if I can get you guys to get me to 20 subscribers by end of June, beginning of July. So we've got around about a month from today to get to 20 subscribers. I know you guys can make it happen, so please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that share button. So now that that's out of the way, we shall get on with our first free practice in the Mercedes. So I'm just having a look at some of the different preset car setups. I don't have my own car setup as of yet. Having a look at some of the engine stuff, how many engines and gearboxes we've got. But let's get straight into doing the track climatization. I'm having a look here just to see what sort of options that we do have, and we're going to go for the hard tyres. We're going to go completely as it recommends and just see how we get on. I am new to Formula 1, no, newish. I have not played Formula 1 since 2014 version came out. It might even be even earlier than that one. It's been quite a while since I last played Formula 1. So let's get out on the track, see how we go. We come up now onto the beginning of our first lap. Got DRS on.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Best of luck out there, approaching the DRS zone. Watch your MFD for the activation point.
So as you guys can probably guess from how long it's been, I have never done any of these track acclimatizations, any of these free practice things before. In fact, last time I played a Formula 1 game, it was on Xbox 360, and I also played it on the PSP, the portable PlayStation. So that is how long ago we're looking at here. At least 6 years ago, at least. But I would say, when it comes to track climatization, we're not doing too bad at the moment. The Mercedes certainly seems to be handling a lot better than I thought it would have. I know it's definitely not down to any of the setup stuff, it's probably just the settings that I've got the game on. I am still sticking with the 60% AI, because I don't want it to be too easy where I'm just rolling away in front all the time. So I have kept it at 60. We're going to try and build on that maybe by the end of this series, end of this first season, looking for being at about 70 or 80% AI difficulty. I know it's a bit of a push, but I reckon it's a possibility. They're not doing all purples like you probably see Tia McMurdoch doing and Arava doing, but they've been playing Formula 1 every year, constantly on their channels for goodness knows how long, probably since the 2014 version. But we're not doing too bad for being our first time, not doing the best. I think this lap here turns out to be our best when it comes to track acclimatization. And I just messed that up there completely. And bashing part of my front wing off as well.
Damage to your wing. Suggest we box to change it.
I don't think we box on this lap, but I know we definitely don't go much further than this. Yeah, no, we just keep on going, get that third lap in. We got Vettel coming past us on our inside. Makes us miss that gate. And end up pushing it too far on that corner and missing that gate checkpoint. I gotta say though, these free practice sort of mini game type things, I suppose you can call them, they really do help you to get to know the track, understand where your braking points are, understand where you can save on fuel, and where you can push. And it definitely helps you with the cornering and understanding your sort of race strategies. So we're coming now to the end of the third lap. We missed that second to last gate. And we come across the line. So I do run out for another lap after this, but I'm not going to bore you with that. So after this corner, you'll see us skipping to the next part. So you can see we're now back in the pits.
We've had to spend time
We got our tyre management, got our fuel management done. ERS I didn't do because I don't run with ERS. Qualifying pace we got up, and the race strategy we got up and done. And you can see we are now sitting in P1 for free practice. So P1 continues all the way through practice. Practice 1 and practice 2.
We're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula 1.
And let's get into our qualifying now. I did try and see if I could switch this back to a full qualifying, and I think because I was already set on it, it wouldn't allow me to. You can see we got 489 points now sitting in our bank for the R&D, gain some respect level, and then we just simulate P3. And that was probably the bad mistake, was simulating that before going and changing it. So we get 50 resource points for simulating that. Nothing gained on our reputation. So it's now time to get into qualifying.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix.
So here I'm just taking a little bit of time to look at tyre options, make sure I give myself enough options for the race. Not too sure on what the race strategy is going to be yet. I think I'll go for a soft first stint, medium second stint, but at the moment we just want to get out, get this one shot qualifying over and done with, and see what we get. I did want to get this set up for a full qualifying session with potentially three qualifiers, but I just couldn't do it. I know I would have been able to get a better final qualifying position if I'd had that extra time. Maybe even would have been able to get pole position. But we're just coming through. You can see we've got the Ghost of Hamilton right in front of us. As we come through into that tight chicane. Hamilton's still in front of us there, sitting in P4 at the moment. Coming through the fast chicane. I don't know the names of any of these, I'm still learning the names of all the corners. Hit the DRS zone. Coming up to the last couple of corners. Coming around the final corner, hit the DRS and see what we can get. We know we're not going to get too high up. And it looks like we got P5.
But we just need to push hard in the race
and we did, yeah, we got P5 for qualifying. So when you join me tomorrow for the race,
we're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin,
or
let's have a
tomorrow
quick
in
look
game,
at those who will be
but
fronting the grid. Hamilton,
in a few
Weber
hours
and
when you join me
Sebastian
for the
Vettel.
race,
With qualifying wraps up,
we
now
will be
have
starting
our
off in
grid lineup
P5.
for the big
If
race
you've liked
tomorrow.
this video, make sure you
Be sure
hit
to
like,
join us
comment
then
down below
for
what you'd
what
like to see
will
me
no
do.
doubt be a
Don't forget to
fantastic
subscribe,
race.
turn on post notifications, and share this video and share all my future videos. Until next time guys, see you later.